Congratulations. You have made it this far in life. You have made it without a guide. You have made it without a memo. You didn't get the memo. You made it without knowing what went on, not at your meeting with everyone, but the meeting before the meeting and the meeting after the meeting, because you only went to the main meeting. But there's always a meeting before the meeting and a meeting after the meeting. And there's a meeting to derail you in school, and there's a meeting to get you out of school, and there's a meeting to get you in jail. There's a system for you to fail, but you made it this far in life. You even had internal problems in your family, perhaps, but you made it this far in life without the proper guidance. So this means you're either lucky or you're blessed. And sometimes I think there's a thin line. And when I speak with you and talk to you, I'm talking to myself. I'm lucky or I'm blessed because I came through a single mother in Harlem, in the Bronx, later Teaneck, New Jersey. And I ran the streets and did all that stuff. And somehow, like many of my friends, not all, but many, I didn't end up dead, and I didn't end up in jail, and I didn't end up a drug addict. So I'm here. So I'm lucky or I'm blessed. You're lucky or you're blessed. Out of those, they say millions and billions of sperm cells racing for that egg cell, you got here regardless to how your family is, your father, your mother, your auntie, your uncle, your friends, your teachers, whoever. You made it here. Nature got you here, or you had a strong enough will and determination and spirit to get here. Pat yourself on the back, put your fist up, give yourself a hand clap, and smile. That's number one. That's the spirituality. You must have a purpose. And things that you saw that were wrong, you shouldn't repeat the wrongs. You should correct the wrongs and rise above the wrongs. Because there's something that's very important that we didn't learn. And those of us that didn't have fathers, we didn't learn the self-discipline and self-control, and we didn't learn the respect for authority and respect for laws. Now, with laws, there's the law of gravity. If I jump out that window, I will find out what the law of gravity is, even though I don't see the law of gravity. So many of us, because of police brutality and the police state, think that laws have something to do always with penalty and reward enforced by another human being. Penalty or reward enforced by another human being. That's not necessarily what laws are. Laws are systems innate in nature. And if you don't go with that flow and follow that, you will get a penalty of some kind, but not necessarily a police person or a punishment or getting kicked out of school. It's just that you will incur some kind of debt, whether it's financial debt, it's karmic debt. You know, you're going to do something to somebody and somebody's going to do something back to you sooner or later. You thought you got away with something, like what was hidden in the dark shall come to the light. You thought you got away with it, but you didn't. Something's going to hit you one day when you least expect it. That's karma. But you shouldn't do things just because of fear of penalty. You should do things from your heart, do things because it's right, and do things to build your character. And without a father figure, we don't realize this. We just see a way out, a way to party, a way to be sneaky, a way to get what we want, even if it's not the right way, through stealing, through lying, and drugs and all of that kind of stuff. But you have to learn to respect laws. You have to learn to respect authority. That means the person might be white, black, yellow, Indian, Arab, short, fat, skinny, ugly, little people, extra tall, bumps on their face, pimples. It don't matter. If they're an authority, whether they're a security guard or a Marine, if they are doing the right thing and they're doing their job, what they were told to do, the right thing, then you hear and obey. You respect them as long as it doesn't interfere with your religion. Now, on religion, and I just mean your belief system, and you know what's right in your heart. And when it comes to religion, everybody's religious and spiritual now, right? But are you righteous? You could talk, I'm Kimite, I'm more, I'm 5%, I'm Nation of Islam, I'm Sunni, I'm Sufi, I'm Shiite, I'm Buddhist, I'm atheist, I'm agnostic, right? But are you righteous? Meaning, are you following what you know in your heart is right? And that law, do unto others as you would want them to do to you. That's righteous. Are you righteous? Righteousness is very important. We think we're slick. We think we're slick. My grandfather, one time I said, Granddaddy, I'm slick. He said, when you slick, you fall into the ditch. When you slick, you fall into the ditch. And when I speak with people, they always say, especially young people, they say, oh, I ain't going to get caught. You're going to get caught. You might not get caught this time, but you're going to get caught. And you're going to get caught when you're cheating on your lady, gentlemen. You're going to get caught, period. You're going to get caught. It's going to come around. The world rotates. What comes around goes around. It's cyclical. It's law. These are some things when we don't have a righteous father that we don't realize, and we go out in that world and almost get our heads cut off. And some do get their heads cut off. Some do fail. If you're in a gang, that's your family. Understand the need for family. But your family needs to learn that they can flip things now and do things righteously. You got the organization. Just sell a righteous product, a legal product. Do a legal hustle. Just convert the product. That's it. Why fall into somebody's trap? They already made the game. You're playing in the game that they made. And you're going to get trapped and locked up in the prison industrial system that they have stocks and bonds and they're becoming rich. And you say, how they get that mansion? How they get that luxury loft, that deluxe apartment in the sky? Or for you, making stupid mistakes and errors, falling right into the trap. Yeah, you trapping, all right? You're falling right into the trap. So you need to become a man. A man is what? One who is responsible for himself, his family, and his community. We all need to become better men. That is really the only message in the black community that the black man needs. And then the black woman will start respecting us more. Black women, man, they've been the man, they've been the woman, they've been the father, the mother, the sister, the lover, the fighter, the warrior. Come on, y'all. The black man got to step up now. Be honest. Be honest. See, when you think you're sneaky, whether it's in business, on the street, stealing stuff and you didn't get caught, cheating on your woman, it shows on your face. It shows in your demeanor. It shows in your shifty eyes. It shows in your movements. So you think you're getting away with it. People can tell. I read something that said people could read or feel your aura like 25, 30 feet away. They could tell if you like them. And people, we're actually animalistic with our lower nature, right? We're animals. So on one level, so We can feel danger. Some people, yeah, you got gift of gab, and you get past their consciousness into their subconscious, and you trick them for a while, but it's gonna come back to you. You took advantage of somebody being nice, took their kindness for weakness. You know how to sniff them out because you learned how to be a savage. You learned how to be an animal. You learned how to be a criminal. And that's what they want. So this society wants to label you as a criminal, give you a criminal record, and stick you. So even if you have a criminal record, you don't carry yourself like a criminal because you can get out of that. You can get an off the books job. You can go back to school. You can get a lawyer. You can work on cleaning that up. There's always a way. Because I know people. See, when I speak, I'm not just theoretical. I work in these environments. I have friends and family who have all kind of situations being entangled in the matrix of this capitalistic, non-democratic society. So again, it's time to be men. It's time to be a man. It's time to resurrect yourself. It's painful, but then guess what happens? Like I see from Taoism and Buddhism and Eastern religions, and it all goes back to Kemet, that less is more. Almost everything I have, somebody gave me. I ain't even asked for it. I didn't see it coming. Somebody actually gave me this, and somebody gave me this. I think somebody gave me this. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody gave me, and I don't need a lot to be happy. I have my hobbies, I have my desires. But the number one happiness you ever have, brothers, black man, is your woman and your children. Being the father and husband of your family. The joy is out of this world. There's no greater high, man, than holding your baby and raising your babies, man. There's no greater high than a black woman looking at you and saying, he don't cheat. He ain't cheating on me. My woman could go on my phone. We transparent. I don't got no codes, none of the passwords on my computers. If you my friend, you should be her friend. If you her friend, you should be my friend. Put the phone on speaker. Let's talk. What are we talking about that's so secretive? If you got some real secretive stuff, is embarrassing. You want to talk, that's different. But what's the secret? That you a dirty dog? So if you're a dirty dog, you don't need to be interrupting what I got because I'm working on building a righteous situation, a righteous environment for my family. And if you do the same and he does the same, we'll have a righteous nation, as righteous as we can be. I say righteous because, people say things like we as a people. But we as a people, who's the we? Because some of us ain't righteous. Some of us will shoot you in your head. Some of us will rob you. Some of us will rape. Some of us will steal. And we have to let all of that go. And again, not having a father, we can listen to the woman, our mothers, and our grandmas and aunties and them for so long, but we're going to say, oh, I could get out that door over there because daddy ain't no daddy over there. I'm the man of this house. Don't know where the man is. If you're the man of the house, pay all the bills. Okay? So that's what we need to work on. Like, you don't need the flyest car. If you could get it, afford it, beautiful. Flyest, biggest home with 10 bedrooms. If you can afford it, fine. The happiness and joy should come from taking care of your family. That's a man. And I'm going to tell you something. People respect that more than you flossing and carrying on. Everybody want to floss. I got this and I got that. It don't mean nothing at the end of the day. You can't take it with you. See all these people dying right now? I got family dying. Everybody rest in peace. God bless their souls. They ain't taking nothing with them, man. They're not even having funerals now. So what you cherishing? I got this and I got that. But be thankful for what you really have. Be thankful for the basics. Let's get back to basics. Black people, black man. Let's get back to basics. And sisters, as a side note, y'all don't need all that fake hair and all of that, but we don't need all that. Let's get back to basics. All right. I digressed. Because beautiful is beautiful, like Sade, right? Sade just put the ponytail, keep it simple, conservative. Well, I'm just saying you don't got to be like that, but she's beautiful. She don't got all this fake stuff in these heels, walking like the eyebrows and stiff, can't walk. Smooth. You know what I'm saying? India.Arie, smooth. Lauryn Hill, smooth. You know? You don't need to be putting all that extra glam and all that extra this and that and the other. Who are you? Like Chris Rock said, who are you when you take off the hair and the eyelashes and the butt and the breasts and the tummy tuck and the skin gets dark again because you've been bleaching? Who are you? Really? When we wake up in the morning and look at our wife, when she don't got none of that on, no makeup, hair wrap, whatever, hair all crazy, it's got a beautiful woman right there. I know it's a real woman. She's real, and she's the way God wanted her to be, and I'm good. I'm good. But let me get back to the father thing. See, the father has always been an elder, or becomes an elder, becomes a priest, becomes a king, becomes a prince, becomes a medicine man, a healer in our community. That's why he's important. And then we have a council of elders, and we have rites of passage, so we can develop you and prepare you for family, for fatherhood, for husbandry. We could prepare you spiritually, economically, and then let's get back to self-control. See, I am even guilty of losing my temper in the workplace. Not currently, but in the past. Losing my temper in places where I shouldn't lose my temper. And really, you shouldn't lose your temper on the street. Because I learned when I was younger, out there in the street fighting, that if I'm emotional and I'm jumping around going wild, the dude that's logical is going to wait for that loophole, that opportunity. And if I'm high, that dude going to whip me down. If I'm sober, it ain't going to be that easy, money. You're going to know you was in a fight, bruh. So I'd rather be sober, and I'd rather work to control my temper and work to control my patience. I used to be very impatient. You said something to me, I had to say something back. You hit me, I had to hit you back. Like knee-jerk reaction, impulsive. And I learned that that's not always good. Somebody can set you up like that. You end up in trouble, and they'll end up free laughing at you. So control your emotions. Control your temper. And that goes back to the spirituality. Now, who are you? And what is your purpose? One moment. Who are you? And what is your purpose? That's what's important. You have a purpose, and you have to ask yourself, what is my purpose in life? Why am I here? Why did I get through those sperm? Why did my mans and them die and go to jail, but I'm still here? Or what am I going to do when I get out of jail? Or when I get out of recovery? You're here for a reason. a divine reason. We ain't go through all of this mess for nothing, and it definitely builds character. And one of the aims of religion and spirituality, ancient and otherwise, is to build character. And I believe we're on this planet to build character, to take ourselves to the next level, to evolve spiritually and mentally as well as physically. We're not just here just to party and BS, party and bull spit. We're not here just for that. Let the men be men and let the women be women and let the children be children. And let's have families and tribes, which we call a nation that has sovereignty. But it starts with you, man, because woman's been doing her part. They've been birthing us. They've been raising us. They've been struggling. They've been abused and hurt. And many of us have been abused and hurt. And I want to speak on that too. Just because you was abused doesn't mean you can't overcome it. Let it go. Don't bring it into your relationship with the woman. You got all these hang-ups, emotional. Yo, you could if you got abused, apparently you had no control over it at the time, right? So let it go. Let it go. It's okay. Forgive yourself. Forgive the perpetrator. You might want to one day, but really, if you have a purpose and a goal, you just, you know what? You know why? Because your perpetrator, somebody did that to him or her. Somebody, it's a cycle. It goes way back. And it definitely goes back to slavery when the slave master was raping the man and the woman and taking the children and bringing them to other families and dividing us. And that's why we look at each other now with self-hate. But no, let's love each other. When I see you, I see me. When you see me, you should see you. We want the same things in life. We shouldn't both want Tamika. There's also Shalik and Shamika and Shamira and Michelle and Shelly and Tina and Trisha and you know what I'm saying? Why everybody want, we got to fight over Tamika? We got to fight over Sheree and Kim? Nah, man, come on, man. You doing all of this because we want the same girl? You want to show me all that keeping up with the Joneses? Stop it. What you have worked to achieve, be thankful for. What nature, what God has given you, be thankful for. It ain't over. You still can accomplish more. But you got to be patient. You got to take it one day at a time. You got to plan. You have to have faith. So it's all a spiritual process, a process of building your character. It's all a process of building character. We talk about Kemet. We talk about Taoism and Buddhism and Christ. Everybody studied in Egypt, seems like almost everybody, right? It's all about building a character. So yes, do some yoga, meditate, pray, study, quiet down sometimes. It's not about running. I used to think I had to be running around. If I wasn't running around, I didn't think I was doing anything. No, you can set things in place, whereas you getting money while you sleep. You getting money while you're on vacation, residual income, subscriptions. People subscribe to what you are doing. You know what I'm saying? People donate. People purchase your stuff and stream your stuff, and now you get residual income, royalties, books, music, speeches. Set your stuff up on sale online, your pottery, your clothing. Just keep working. The Sufis in Africa under Sheikh Bamba, they say to work is to pray. Because you can pray to God, but now you better get working. You better work hard, then you get blessed. Don't pray and don't work. Prayer without works is dead, right? Don't pray and don't work. Work, 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 work. That's what my grandfather Pop taught me. Work. Oh, he got on my nerves, but he was right. I couldn't lay around 6, 7, 8 in the morning He come up there, you know what I did? I woke up at 5 and I did 5 people's yards. I cut their grass and I pulled their weeds and I did their gutters. What are you doing with yourself? Oh my God, Pop, leave me alone. You couldn't see you just sitting around. He gonna put you to work. You know, he was Trinidadian too, so he had at least 3 jobs. You know what I'm saying? At least. He worked at Spofford Juvenile Center. He worked at Prentice Hall in Inglewood Cliffs, New Jersey. And he was always working on somebody's yard. Shout out to my cousin, Raw Talent, Will Ill, too. He's a hustler, too. I'm like, damn, man, I can't keep up with you. I miss you, bro. He be working. He got 5 jobs. I do, too, but most of mine's entrepreneurial. But I stay busy. And that's it, man. Just stay busy on your goal, man. Get on your grind, on your hustle. But on your hustle for your family, man. Ain't nothing nicer than giving your wife, your lady, man, some nice jewelry, nice house, car, land. Not just shooting the, because every man think he the best and bad and all of that. You know, women laugh at us, man. Everybody the best. Everybody got the biggest. Sick of that song of how he's so long. Thought he worked his till I had to do my biz. There I is. Man, come on. That's private, man. Come on, who cares? You know what's going to be, what I care about, what's more impressive, what everybody should care about, is we haven't been taking care of our women and our children. Building a nation. Nation building. Community building. Y'all worried about Trump. Worry about your local community. That's why he talked about Baltimore. It's like, come on, y'all, let's build up Baltimore. They got a lot of stuff there, a lot of places you can invest in. Y'all better get there before I do. Let's build up Camden, New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Let's build up the cities. Take over, take control. When I was young, I used to read about the Panthers. They was big on community control. Control the politics in your community. Control the economics in your community. But if your children are running around, your little boys is running around being gangsters, we're not going to have anything. It starts with you, man. It's about nationalism. My stepfather, Shaka Zulu Ramses, he was a Garveyite under Carlos Cooks, Harlem, New York. He used to always tell me that. I didn't get it till now, man. It's about nationalism. Everybody has a nation but the black man. In America, especially. In the West Indies, because they're still under the crown, most of them, or under America. I don't know if some of y'all still under the French. I'll check that. Everybody got a nation. Where you from? I'm from Nigeria. Where you from? I'm from Australia. Where you from? I'm from Great Britain. Where you from? You know, Philippines. Where you from? Singapore. Where you from? China. Where you from, black man? What's the name of your nation? Because America, it has its privileges. But we better take control of something here because they just running over us. They just making us the scapegoat. Even with the elections, they running candidates. The first thing they say is, do black people want reparations? Now, you know, of course we want reparations. But you know, if you put that on that table, the candidate that says reparations for black people is going to lose some white votes and therefore lose. But why y'all throw us up there first? Why y'all throw us with the Corona thing? Oh, black people getting it more. Why is it always black people in the conversation? Black people, let's handle our own business. I'm friends with people in the Korean community. I do business with them. And they take over their community. They ain't worried about talking about no other race. I mean, I don't know what goes on in the meeting after the meeting. But when I'm dealing with them, it's respect and it's business. And I don't hear them talking about nobody else. Or even, I watch them. They don't seem to be thinking about nobody else but their family and their community. When I go into my Latino community, they cool. They taking care of their family, their community, and they having fun. We worried about what Europeans are doing, what white Americans are doing. Worried about everybody but yourself. We need to worry about what black